Hello everyone, Batty here. In today's video, we'll be discussing the viral offshoot of Spirit and the horrific consequences of being born with it. Bloodline Magic is a rare virus-like mutation that affects aura. This mutation affects the way the user can use their spirit. It limits the kinds they can use and makes their ability to use magic incredibly unstable. People born with Bloodline Magic are known as vessels. Every vessel has some kind of magic disfigurement and first manifests around the age of 5. At such a young age, they cannot properly handle their magic, so they are sent to special facilities known as kindergartens to get tested and help use their abilities. In some extremely rare cases, Bloodline Magic can get a worse mutation, simply known as cursed blood. This mutation causes Bloodline Magic to be more dangerous and unstable than it would be normally. Those with this mutation rarely live long. Few ever make it to the age of 10. Despite all this, Bloodline Magic works identically to Spirit, albeit there are a few new quirks. Recent studies have shown that the kinds of aura that Bloodline Magic restricts can follow a certain pattern. This phenomenon is known as the source and has been split into 5 distinct types. These types, known as bloodlines, are seemingly related to the types of nightmares. Whether this is a coincidence or intentional is unknown. The 5 bloodlines are Bestial. This is akin to monster-type nightmares. This bloodline typically limits the user to more natural types of aura. This mimics acts in nature and from animals. Vessels born with this bloodline are typically stuck with earth and ocean. Celestial. This is akin to manufactured type nightmares. This bloodline typically limits the user to types of aura that change their surroundings. This mimics acts of human expansion. Vessels with this bloodline are typically stuck with sun and energy. Artificial. This is akin to mimic type nightmares. This bloodline typically limits the user to types of aura that mimic others and are used for deception. This mimics acts of blending in with the world. Vessels with this bloodline are typically stuck with moon and earth. Spiritual. This is akin to myth-type nightmares. This bloodline typically limits the user to types of aura that are more symbolic. This mimics acts of spiritual belief. Vessels with this bloodline are typically stuck with sky and sun. Incorporeal. This is akin to main-type nightmares. This bloodline typically limits the user to types of aura that connect to the dead. This mimics the acts of death and despair. Vessels with this bloodline are typically stuck with moon and space. There are exceptions to these, but these are the most commonly seen. Like Spirit, the overuse of Bloodline Magic can have devastating consequences on the user. But instead of a warning like magic intoxication, it comes in the form of a temporary full-body transformation. Bloodline Magic is incredibly unstable to the user. All vessels essentially experience minor forms of magic intoxication at all times when using their magic. So the body never knows when it's using too much because it always thinks it's using too much. Because of this, when a vessel uses too much magic, they'll go into what's known as a rampage. This rampage form is a techno-organic monstrosity. Its appearance is greatly determined by the source. Once a vessel goes into a rampage, there is nothing that can stop it. The only thing to do is to wait until the effects fade off and the vessel returns to normal. Because of this monstrous form, Bloodline Magic has often been considered a blight against humanity. It is often said that Bloodline Magic is a curse to turn people into nightmares. That's about it for this video. Next time we'll talk about the alchemy-inspired magic system called thaumaturgy. If you liked this video, then make sure you tap that like button and feel free to subscribe with notifications on if you're interested in more content. Thank you and goodbye.